any percent, and it's a pretty fun run. So let's just get this started. I'll do a countdown on go for the timer. 3, 2, 1, go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a skip that dramatically affects the game right away. It might be confusing at first, but I'll try to explain it as it kind of goes. I'm going to use this rock to clip past this gate here that's locked right now. And what that's going to do is it's going to get me on the other side, of course. So it looks a little something like this. And I'm going to do something after that too, which is the confusing part. It's called Back in Time. I'm resetting the game on the same frame as I am falling and voiding out, and this happens. And what this does is it just straight away, it gives me the tunic, the sword, the shield. I can save the game and quit. And when I go back into the file, I will be in Farron Woods. So this skips a very good portion of the beginning of the game. So I can just go straight ahead and grab the lantern. Rolling is definitely the fastest way to move as Human Link. And I am text mashing by hitting A and B really quickly. So we're just going to make our way across the woods and save Tallow, who is trapped. And it's mostly just movement here. We're just going to roll across this area right here and make it into this cave where there's a small key that we're going to need to get through a gate on the other side. And here's the key. This Bokoblin right here, that's the name of the enemy, he has a random attack, one of two attacks. That was the bad one. If he does the horizontal swing, he will hit you after you get the key, and that slows you down by a very small amount. Otherwise, he'll do a vertical one and won't hit you. Alright, so we are now in the area that Tallow was in. We're just going to save him real quick. He's in a cage with a monkey. So you just get him out while killing the monsters next to him. And that is it for the intro segment, which is about 4 minutes long. So it basically goes like this. You just do 2 normal slashes and you go like that, and you just break the cage really quickly. More text mashing here. After this is goats. Goats is a terrible part of the game. I don't like it, personally. Because there's luck involved, and there's also Like, you kind of have to move precisely for the game not to wreck you. And I am not the best at it, but I will do my best. A good time for goats is around 20 seconds. That's a really good time. But this is the general movement that I do for this part. That goat didn't cooperate. They often don't cooperate. I don't know why this one's all the way over here. That's like never happened. Freaking weird. Alright, so this is not turning out great so far. I'm not going to dash those ones. Okay. You kind of have to set things up sometimes so that it works. Can be really sketchy. Not quite sub 30, but it's fine. After this, we're going to wrestle Bo for the Iron Boots, which is a very, very important item in the game. We can get the Iron Boots super early because of the back in time glitch I did earlier. The title screen that it spawns you on takes place in a fake file the game uses to make that title screen happen. And it has a flag activated that gives you Epona. And when you get Epona, you can come into this house and get the Iron Boots. So that's why this works. And because of that, the cutscene is kind of glitched out, and you just kind of have to talk to him over and over again to proceed with this cutscene. Any percent Wii is never. It's slower. The reason that you speedrun on the GameCube version, generally, is because GameCube has several tricks that the Wii does not, such as the long jump attack, which you will see later. So there's definitely luck involved here. If I'm lucky, I will be able to slap him and mash quickly enough to knock him off the ring right away. I almost did it. But I was able to come back and just quickly push him off. He could have sidestepped and avoided me, and that would have really slowed me down because he can push me backwards, which is really annoying. So you just do that a second time, hope for the best. I'll try it again. He avoided me. But I will just like, I'm gonna mash A from here on out just so I can try to push him off. Bad. One more. Alright. This is fine. This is fine. So we're going to get the Iron Boots now. We passed the test of Bo, which is really annoying sometimes, but it, for the most part, worked out. So when I exit this door, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save outside of his house. And this is going to be used for a future glitch called Back in Time Equipped. It's similar to the first one I did. So I'm just going to save over this file for now. And then I'm going to keep going. And we're going to go to the segment of the game where you first transform into a wolf, and we're just going to make our way as quickly as possible across the castle sewers and rooftops. Not much to explain there besides movement and a simple text skip. Throughout the run, we're going to want to collect 300 rupees. That's always going to be the first one in any percent. You want 300 rupees before City in the Sky so that you can buy the cannon repair, which lets you get there. And there are fast ways to get rupees on the way. It's not an issue. There's a fun little trick that you can do right here. Saves 2 frames. I actually missed it, but you can break that box early. Hardly any time lost, though, of course. Because you can just do that. The glitch gives you the Orden Sword. The Master Sword is obtained, though, very early. You have to pull chains here twice in order to lower and raise the water level. This is the last time we're doing that. That's a dash cancel. When Wolf Link dashes, he has a cooldown for when he can dash again. And even if you leave the ground, like say you jump off of a ledge, the cooldown is still there. You have to wait for your dash, but your movement speed is gone. The dashing speed is gone, I mean. And so you can cancel that by hitting B first. Very, very useful. I missed the text skip because I'm bad, but it's fine. It doesn't lose much time. It's just a little thing. That was a 1-frame jump you can do. If you mash for it, you can jump towards Midna before she even gets there, which saves about a second each time. There are a lot of those in the run, mostly early game. There's another one here. I feel like it's harder to get, even though it's the same thing, 1 frame. I just don't ever get that one. It's weird. Gonna save here as well, just like the one outside Bo's house. This is all to set up a trick I'm gonna do soon. Kind of soon. Some movement here. You can go along this and skip a bunch of climbing. There was a 1-frame jump. It's always the first and third ones here that I seem to get, and I always miss the second one. It's a funny pattern. So we are at Zelda now. And now we are leaving Zelda to do a trick called Sword and Shield Skip. In my opinion, Sword and Shield Skip is one of the hardest tricks in this run. It's got a massive learning curve and takes tons of practice. It is pretty precise, but it is required to proceed with the game after doing Back in Time because Midna wants you to go and get the Orden Sword and Shield. Obviously, she doesn't know you already have them, but basically, the game won't let you proceed to Fair and Twilight if you don't get the Sword and Shield. However, since you did Back in Time, Orden Village is in a weird state that doesn't let you get the Sword and Shield, and so you're kind of stuck. This trick lets you keep going. And so I'm just going to have this Boblin, named by the community Hugo, and I'm going to use him to manipulate my jumping and skip the trigger where Midna comes up and tells me to return to Orden Village, and I'm just going to go straight to the trigger that lets me into the Twilight. So I'm going to focus here. I actually failed it. Wow, okay, so that makes me kind of upset. I was really close to making it work. I usually get it. How unfortunate. That means I have to have him follow me all the way there again. It's okay, I'll PB another day. Might as well use this to my advantage, get more rupees. Or hearts. And I think they're hearts after you get them. I lied. That's the sword and shield skip. I was too far back on the first try. But that lets you proceed to the next part of the game. So we're gonna keep going. And normally here you get the Farron vessel after fighting these guys, but we're not gonna get it. We can just skip getting all those bugs. So it's impossible to kill all three of them at the same time unless you have this attack. The game just doesn't let you kill them, even though it otherwise would. So you just have to go like that. The attack's very important anyway. You have to use it to kill a lot of things and go fast. So this is where the vessel is. We're just going to skip right past it. I bumped. There's a frame there that you can start dashing right after digging out of the hole before Midna gets before Midna sits on you and slows you down. I usually try to time it. We're just gonna make our way across this fog area and go to North Farron Woods. And there I'm going to do a trick. This is called Early Master Sword, or EMS. And it does exactly what it says. It gets you the Master Sword early. So we're in the Sacred Grove now, way earlier than we should be. And getting the Master Sword early is going to allow us to transform and warp from this point on, which is extremely useful for tons of things. So we need to hit the Skull Kid 3 times to get into his boss battle, basically, kind of a boss fight. And after that, we will have access to the room where the Master Sword is. So that was the second time. And we're just going to head towards the third one and hit him one last time before he runs off to the, basically the room where you fight him. I did a special jump there. I hit B while dashing in order to hit him, and during the cutscene where the cutscene that plays when you hit him, I kept falling, and so I'm down here instead of up on that platform when the cutscene ends, which helps me catch up faster and get here quicker. So this is the fight. You just want to hit him 3 times. For the second and third hits, you only want to hit him while he's blowing his horn, otherwise he'll teleport away, which is slow. And you have to kill one of these puppets first, just by dashing and hitting them with B or something. And it'll make it so he blows his horn after a few seconds, which is what you want, so that you can hit him. You can also, like, collect rupees around here. I actually got really good luck here with rupees. It's good to collect rupees just like whenever there's spare downtime. It really helps with collecting up to that 300 total. It helps a surprising amount. I don't even know how many rupees I have right now. I need to check. 8's pretty good. So, I just kind of have this puzzle memorized. It's pretty easy to do. This is a 2-minute long cutscene. After this cutscene ends, we're just going to go back to Farron by warping and head to the Forest Temple for the boomerang, which is another extremely important item. The plot? So basically during that cutscene, Midna was telling me that she wants me to go to the Mirror of Twilight. That's, at this point in the game, that's what the viewer would think is basically like the final part. Or not the player. So Midna wants you to go to the Mirror of Twilight so that she can defeat Zant and basically fix all of the stuff that's happening. Like Zant put a curse on Midna, and she wants that to not be there. So she wants you to help her get to that mirror, which is in the run. It's a required dungeon. So that, those saves I was making before. Hey, thanks for the good luck, Celestial. How's it going, man? The saves I was making before, I'm gonna put them to use now. And, it's going to do another cool thing. It's going to affect the game's memory. And set a flag. So that when I get to the Forest Temple, I will already have all 4 monkeys needed to go straight to the boomerang. Which skips a bunch of, the dungeon. I'm not even going to complete the whole dungeon, I'm just getting the boomerang and then leaving for good. So this is the trick. It is a frame perfect trick. Hey, what's up, Hyper? So I reset the game and skipped that cutscene at the same time. And now I'm simply going to go back into the file that I was playing before. And just keep going to the Forest Temple. So I'm gonna roll through this fog as Human Link. I am Human Link in the Twilight, which is cool. But I'm going to use the lantern to get through this quickly. That was a roll stab. You can use a roll stab to gain a little more distance as you enter that cutscene. Since we don't have the slingshot, we're not going to be able to shoot down the spiders that block the way on this fine wall. But there's still a way to kill them. You can use the rocks left from killing these guys. And you can actually throw it at them. I have to do it from a certain position so that it actually hits them, because the rocks will often miss for seemingly no reason. But there is a setup. There's also a very small chance that the rock will fall and break. It's rare though. So that's how that goes. So we're just free to go up these vines. And as I told you, you don't see it yet, but once I enter the door that goes outside to the boomerang room, where Ook is, which is the mini-boss, I will have all 4 of the monkeys. They'll just show up out of literally nowhere. So there they are. We're going to go into this fight. It'll go very quickly because when you have the Master Sword early, you can actually deal more damage to bosses that you wouldn't be fighting with the Master Sword otherwise. So you can actually one-cycle this one. With the Orden Sword, it would be a 2-cycle. There's just a little bit of luck involved with him though, because he can he does a certain amount of hops. 2 is the minimum, but he hops a few times before he attacks you, which is what you want. That's 4, 5. 5 hops. It's alright. It's really good when you get 2 though. We're gonna do a save and quit here to exit the dungeon quickly. If you do that, you can just go straight back to the entrance and leave that way. Because we don't need to be here anymore. Killing the boss is not required when you can do all these tricks. So we're basically done with Farron now. What we need to do is go to Hyrule Field. Normally, the game doesn't let you go to Hyrule Field unless you complete both the Farron Twilight and complete the Forest Temple by killing the boss. Even if you kill the Forest Temple boss, but you still haven't cleared the Twilight, the trigger is still there. That makes you go back. So you can skip that trigger. This is the long jump attack I was talking about before. You do it with the boomerang, and it's really cool. It skips a lot of things in the run. And it looks like this. So I am able to jump really far by using the boomerang in certain ways with targeting. And I basically just jumped over the trigger that has Midna come out and tell me to go back. So we're gonna go straight to Eldin. This is Mailman Skip. I just jumped over the trigger where the mailman shows up and gives you a letter, which is slow. So if you love the mailman, I'm really sorry about that. Makes me sad too, because he is actually amazing. First thing we're gonna do is kill the messenger beasts here. Those are the dark shadowy things that come out of the portal, and when you kill them you get a warp portal, you know? So I'm gonna kill those guys here. And after the cutscene where they die, there is one frame where you can do just whatever. So I'm going to try to jump attack in that one frame, and that will save me like a minute. You'll basically see how. I always time this. Usually works. So that's it. That's the frame. It's actually more consistent to practice timing it than mashing for it. It's way more consistent. And as hard as that might sound, or as intimidating, it's actually not that bad because there's a very good visual cue. So this actually causes kind of a route split. It'll merge again after a while, but this is the faster one. This is called Gorge Skip, which is it's pretty cool. So I'm going to skip the gorge. It's exactly what it is called by doing this. Really, really cool trick. That is gorge skip, and we're going to just head straight to Kakariko Village, and then we're going to leave. The goal is to get the portal for Kakariko Village. This is going to save a bunch of backtracking. That's basically the purpose of Gorge Void, which is that 1-frame trick I did with the jump attack. It saves you backtracking, and it saves a good amount of time. Very considerable amount of time. I'm going to come back and do the Elden Tears later. The Elden Tears and the Lunera Tears are all required, because they have very important flags that involve progression in the game. So it's important that you do those. Farron Tears are not as important for that. I almost bonked a wall. That would have sucked, because if you bonk a wall after killing the second one, the third one is still left alive. Like, bonking a wall interrupts your attack, and you'll just have to start over on all 3 of them. It's really annoying when that happens. But that one was fine. Also, the reason I was hugging the wall earlier when I was here, and I'm going to be doing it again right now, I'm hugging the wall because when you do back in time, there's a trigger right there in front of that gate. It's caused by the Epona flag, similarly to the Iron Boots, and it takes you straight to the King Bulblin fight, and that kind of wrecks you. It's easy to avoid, though. You just have to not go into the middle. So we're going back here, where that, this is the trigger that I skipped with the jump attack earlier, and we're going to intentionally just warp from it. Very important, because it gives us map warping. We can warp from the D-pad now, and it allows a glitch called map glitch later, which saves a ton of time. Hence the reason we don't run on the Japanese version for any percent. Glitchless is fine. But any percent with Japanese is slow because it actually does not have map glitch. So this is basically my setup. This is the last time we're doing it here. My setup for not Mailman, what am I thinking? My setup for Farron Escape, that's what the trick is called. And that setup makes it a lot more consistent because you actually have to stand in a pretty precise position to launch up attack from. It's kind of a large trigger, but you can barely jump over it, which is awesome. Alright, so I want you guys to make your bets. Make your bets on how many bonks this is going to take. I'm going to explain it, but just make your bets. Say, like, a number between 1 and, let's say, like, 30. 30 would be, like, absolutely worst case scenario, I'd say. But, hopefully that doesn't happen. I'm going to do a thing called Nehru Gate Clip. We're going to get to Lake Hylia early. And it involves doing this trick. Two bonks. That is actually incredible. Gary J Games is the winner of this contest. Congratulations. You'll get your new car soon. I'll have to mail it to you. Give it a few months of shipping. Alright, new cool trick coming up that I will totally try not to suck at. Which I shouldn't. I practiced this for like a whole day, like last week. This is called Pillar Clip. You might be asking, what the heck does Pillar Clip do? It gets you to Lake Bed Temple really early. And then when we get in there, we get Uku, so that we can come back later. Very convenient. Expect it in your mailbox December. Did I do that? Okay, give me a minute. I should be able to clip, and then I'll be lucky to live. Hold on, I kind of hesitated on that part, and I sort of messed up inputs. But in a second, Link's gonna rise up, and I will be clipped through this pillar. Look at that, guys, I messed up pillar clip. I had a chance for PBing, but it's gone now. All that practice. I can feel it just going down the drain. Oh. So, no PB. Unless I am... I don't know. Okay, so there's backup for this. Luckily, I know the backup. I just need to apply my new setup kind of to muscle memory. What am I doing? Okay, hold on. There we go. This is bad. It's so off. Hold on. This isn't gonna fix it. No. Dude. This is embarrassing. Apparently the backup's actually way worse than I thought. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've had to do it, but now I'm having to do it twice. I'm really mad now. I think you kind of get the idea of what the trick is like, though. Might have aimed too far left on the last one. I don't know, that might have caused it. Also, my weird swimming. This looks more like it'll work. This will be fine. Yeah, that's good. I think. What? I was clipped out. Hello. All right. Fourth try pillar clip. World record, couldn't save this run now. I'm actually amazed that I'm doing this badly. I'm really impressed. I need to go farther forward. Oof. After a 2 bonk, man, that's painful. I'll go for gold segments. This trick can be really dumb sometimes. Proper setup. Did I clip out? I don't know, the pillar's blocking my view. I can't see where I am. Okay, we're good. Yay, I did it. Ladies and gentlemen, pillar clip. I am actually dying. Okay, I'm doing a save and quit here so that I can skip this first underwater tunnel. Early Master Sword lets you do this, and it takes you to the room right after that. This might be a weird question or statement, but I don't know what VAC means. Also, why did I get hit by that? That's funny. RNG can hit you there. First try. Nice. We're gonna use long jump attacks to get through this area. Normally you have to use bomb arrows. We skipped both bombs and the bow. We're gonna get bombs later, but we are never gonna get the bow in this run. We just skip Goron Mines completely. But you can just get through like that. Don't worry, man. It's all good. It's all good. This is a very cool long jump attack in my opinion. You can go like this and target down here. And it looks like it's sick. So that skips a bunch of walking, and you can just go straight down there and turn the staircase, go up. We're grabbing Uku, and we need Uku, especially for later, so that we can return here. We're not ready to defeat Morpheal yet. Morpheal is the boss of this dungeon. Also, fun fact, we're never getting the Zor armor either, so that's what makes Morpheal all the more interesting. The whole entire boss fight takes place underwater, and we have to use a glitch called underwater swimming with bombs to prevent ourselves from drowning. It refills your air. I didn't need to pull out my sword there, but okay. That glitch I did earlier, the one that gave me all 4 monkeys at the beginning of the Forest Temple, has an effect here as well. It lets me fight the mini-boss early. How the mini-boss works is you have to go through a room and then step on a trigger inside of the mini-boss room, which you normally couldn't access through this door. But the flag actually causes boss fights to be kind of started early, so I can walk in here and just straight away look up at the ceiling and activate the fight. It normally wouldn't let you do this. We're at this fight now. You can one-cycle him with somewhat precisely timed sword slashes with the Master Sword, so that's what we're going to be doing. Kill all the toads, go to him, he's like, okay, I'm getting up now. Going to C up instantly makes him fall down for some reason. That is the one cycle with Master Sword. The claw shot is like one of the most important items in this game as well. It's really up there with the boomerang and the iron boots. So the save and quit is going to allow us to go to the beginning of the dungeon so that we can use Uku. You can't use Uku in the mini-boss room. And we're going to have to come back to this first room anyway, so it's just fast to do that. We're just going to go through this cutscene. This is the cutscene that plays the first time you use Uku. Doesn't do it every time. You just go straight to this part from here on out. I'm about to do a thing. It's Kargarok skip. When you first enter the neighborhood Twilight normally, you gotta go down to this guy with the cannon, and he notices this guy on the other side of the map here, and then you enter a fight with this guy, and he's riding on a bird. Since we got the Master Sword early, we can just transform whenever we want. So you can actually take that to your advantage and use the iron boots to walk underwater as he's following you, and this actually drowns the rider, and that ends the fight instantly. There are a lot of risks to it, but it's just like a good thing that I have definitely put practice into. Because you want to be able to adapt to certain situations, because he flies differently like every time. Sometimes he wrecks you with weird angles, and he eventually catches up to you, and if he grabs you at the same time as he drowns, the game just straight up buzz crashes. It won't happen this time. I got good luck. So I can just go down here, he never grabs me, and he drowns. And that's it. gonna transform back into a wolf here. You want to do that right away so that the game doesn't go crazy. The game goes crazy if you go a bit without transforming into wolf, which I have done like 3 times because I'm forgetful. It's really annoying. So there's not much to say about this part. There is a trick that lets you go out of bounds, but it's very, very risky and will usually just like result in you bonking. There might be a setup for it, but I don't think anyone's looked into it. Only saves like 6 seconds, which is honestly not bad. Right now the goal is to cross this river and go from there to Zora's domain and activate that warp portal. Then after that we're going to proceed and get on with Elden Twilight. So we're gonna climb up this like frozen waterfall here, and that's when we'll get to Zora's domain. Hey, what's up, Demolition? Get these guys close together so they'll be easy to kill at the end, and kill this guy because he's so far, and then just kill these two. You basically want to keep the last 2 you kill close together so that it's easy to just take care of them in one go. And quickly. Oh, nice. I can't warp, huh? Okay. Weird. I do not run TPHD. I've always done SD. I do have TPHD. I suppose I forgot to split there. It's just like my own splits. It's gonna be far from gold anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm just going for gold splits. As Human Link, you can side hop into this one and just clip straight through it. That was the reason I killed the bug before I entered the basement and didn't collect the tier. Because then the tier is just ready for me to collect right away when I come back out. It's an optimization. We're gonna go into Malamar here. Basically the best place in the game when it's open. We're gonna manipulate the bug in here to just come straight down to me, and he just does that and you can kill him right away. Jump attack here to skip, like, kind of going around, even though I'm bad right now. We're gonna go into the inn, grab some bugs in there. This part utilizes a bunch of movement. I'm doing a little bit of bug manip here so that he doesn't go up there, but instead he comes down here, and then I can just kill him. I'm gonna bonk this wall so that the bug upstairs goes off the wall, and when I'm up there, he is right there in front of me, and I can just go like that. And I'm going to do some side hops here because it's fun. Nice. You can dash cancel up this rooftop so that you don't lose speed. Because otherwise you would lose speed right there when I jumped across that gap. I'm gonna grab some rupees here while the bug is dying. You always have to wait a second before the tier can be collectible, which they fixed in the HD version. So that often gives you downtime for collecting rupees. Nice. If you hit that on the front, then it causes the bug to land right there, and you can just instantly attack him with A. Hey, Fast Force, how are you doing? This is a very cool trick in my opinion. This is probably the coolest part of Elden Twilight. It's a glitch called Bomb House Skip. This is what it looks like. That skips an entire sequence where you go inside the house, intentionally burn it down to kill the bugs. That saves a lot of time. Basically, when I kill that bug that was heading inside the house, that bug is not supposed to be killable. It's supposed to be part of the cutscene. But I went around that cutscene trigger, but the bug is still there. So if you kill the bug, the game thinks that you've just blown up the house, so it just goes straight into its blown up state. I am glad I did not dig. I'm glad that didn't work, otherwise I would have done it too early and missed getting that tier. So that was a close one. Now we're going to take care of 3 bugs in Death Mountain, and that's it for Elden Twilight. That's a quick climb. You can skip. It only works on a few ledges, but you can skip Link's climbing animation, which is pretty cool. Let's go around these geysers. I'm gonna want to kill this one first, get these 2 together, and then kill this one. And then, while these guys are here, you can just kill them. This is one of few that has 4. There's one in the run that has 5. It's not an issue though, really, if you just know how to do it. I missed the task strat. It's okay. That is the last bug of Elden Twilight. You can collect it fast by just going like this. I didn't use zoom out there, but yeah, we're gonna go to Death Mountain. Grab that, grab the lava rock that's going to fall, and we're going to teleport that to Zora's domain and bring back the water. And then we'll start Lanayru bug tiers. So I'm setting up to do a skip here. Once I teleport the rock back and destroy Zora's domain's like frozen water, I'm going to skip a cutscene where, like, basically the queen of the Zoras, Rotella, she comes and tells you to save her son, which we're never going to see in this run. We just skip all of that. And we're going to skip her cutscene twice. You do it as a human, simply by sinking under the water. Of course, the game does not intend for you to be able to be human here. So you can just go like this. That skips a whole cutscene trigger. Hey, Fierce Frankie. The vessel is here. We're just gonna grab it. I'm just going to explain it. It's probably obvious at this point, but like generally you want to be a wolf for traveling long distances. Of course, sometimes the transformation time is not worth it, but if you're traveling a long distance, you generally just want to run as a wolf because it's faster. Especially in some areas, like Hyrule Field. Wolfling has different speeds in different areas. Hyrule Field is his fastest speed, as an example. He runs really fast here too. There's the bug. Lost him for a second. He's like, he vanished. It's weird. Lake Hylia beasts coming down here, they can be really sketchy because they're really far apart in like a triangle shape. And it's sometimes awkward to deal with that kind of thing, but I'm going to try to get around it by going like this. And I'm gonna wait for one of them to get closer. There we go. Okay. That's fine. I could have done that a little bit faster, assuming I had not had the first one move towards me at the beginning. That would have made it easier, but it's all good. I'm just making sure I don't fail them. So that's basically half of the bugs in Lake Hylia. We'll come back for the rest of them later. Now we're going to take care of the bug in here, skip Rotella again. And you can manipulate the bug by doing this, making it a lot easier. I did not even hit him with my radius. Wow, okay, hold up. We're gonna be okay. Alright, we're fine. I was just being careful not to hit Rotella's trigger, because I've done that before. But if everything goes as planned, you won't hit it. Just don't go too far north or south or whatever it is. Yeah, south. This is a kind of hard trick, but it's pretty cool. That's waterfall side hop. It's only a few frames, but you can side hop and you can save a lot of time over like walking underwater and transforming into a wolf and everything. Wow, what? Okay. Yeah, that gets you down to this bug pretty quickly. Sometimes killing those bugs can be dumb. Because they fly around randomly, kind of. And hitting them from the lily pads can be annoying because the lily pads are small platforms and you have to climb up onto them every time. Which is sometimes slow. Kill this bug, get some rupees if possible. I got 2, that's fine. 36, nice. I think the general idea is to have like up to 40 here. Can definitely be more. We're gonna get the bug here in Upper Zor's domain. Or Upper Zor River, I mean. By talking to Iza. We're gonna come back to Iza later when the Twilight's done. For a very important thing. So in this next area, this is going to be North Hyrule Field, and we're going to basically just dash across Hyrule Field a bunch for a minute in order to get to Castletown, which is where one of the bugs is. Also, zooming out reduces lag here, because it's kind of a big area. Same thing for Gerudo Desert. Zooming out here, I think helps too. It's not as big of a deal here though. Like, as you can probably tell, there's not much lag at all, if any. I just do it anyway. This collection of beasts is actually kind of similar to Lake Hylia's. Same, like, sort of triangular formation. I can kind of move like that so that I don't hit the wall before hitting the third one. So as you can see there, I moved a little more upwards, so I went past the wall instead of into it. Okay, so you can dash cancel through Castletown. Castletown's one of the places where Wolf Link dashes really slowly. So if you just go like this the whole time, hitting A and then B right after, it's actually faster. And the bug is in here. What? This is bug manip. Hit it at an angle towards the wall and the bug comes down here and just stops electrocuting right away. And we're gonna go back to Lake Hylia now that we have this bug. We dashed all the way here just for that bug. And in Lake Hylia we're gonna collect the last tears. First off, the one behind this cannon And then we're going to howl at the grass and fly on that Kargarok again and use it to collect 4 more bugs. Yeah, I forgot about an optimization. I always do it, but I don't know why I forgot it there. You can just fly past that bug without killing it, and it saves like half a second because the bug comes back to you anyway later, so you can just kill it then. Kind of forgot about that. I don't know. I'm going to intentionally hit the wall here, so I end this flight. I already got all the bugs I need. If I hit the wall and then tell Midna I don't want to try again, it'll just take me back to Lake Hylia, conveniently right next to the bug that I need. Hello? And now we're going to go fight the last bug, which is a boss. It's a really big one. And there are a few strategies to it that save time. But yeah, there it is. So basically, you want to do this to him 3 times. For the second and third times, there are ways to make it go faster. I can manipulate him by standing on the edge of this board here, and he'll come at me from the angle I want him to. And I think I failed it, actually. I don't know how, but I failed it, which is strange. I lied. I still got it. Nice save. Okay, so I'm gonna do that manip again, and it will freaking work. Also, that C up spamming does not do anything. I just do it for fun, kind of. Because why not? That's a good manip. I attacked him too early. I don't know. I often miss one, and I often get one. I don't always get both, which is dumb. And then you can you normally dash for the final kill. You normally dash across him like several times before he dies. But if you go to the very side of him and bonk into him as you start the attack, it just kills him instantly, which saves more time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to Iza, like I said I would earlier, and we're going to use her to get bombs. These are temporary bombs. What you can do is, since I have Uku from Lakebed Temple, I can use Uku when she gives me the Lent bomb bag, and I can actually just take it with me. But if you save the game, or beat Morpheal, then the bomb bag goes away. So I'm going to use that temporary bomb bag to get a permanent bomb bag that won't go away. And before we do that, hey Sugar, how are you? Happy. We're going to howl at this stone here, and we need this for the ending blow. One reason for the ending blow: to kill Ganondorf at the very end of the game. That's the only reason you need it to beat the game. If there's enough leftover time after this run, chances are I might be able to show you guys this really funny thing that you'll probably enjoy. We're gonna kill these 3 guys. It's very easy. It's one of the easiest ones in my opinion. And then after that, we can just steal the bomb bag. So that kills the first one just right away. And then these 2 guys are already together. It's already set up for you. It's just so easy. It's stupid how easy it is to kill those guys. In fact, you can do a roll stab going towards the last 2 and target the first guy and hit him on your way there. Which is probably what I should have done, but I forgot. You're going to ask me, why am I dropping all these bombs? Why am I going back to the Lakebed Temple? Well, I'm doing that to steal the bombs, but yeah, I'm not gonna leave the Lakebed Temple again quite yet. I'm still not ready to fight Morpheal. I need to do this first. If you're wondering why I'm doing this, I have to empty out all of these normal bombs so that I can open that chest right there and replace them with water bombs. If I still had like 1 normal bomb in the bag when I opened that water bomb chest, they would actually just come out as normal bombs instead. So now they're water bombs, which is very, very important. Water bombs are crucial to speedrunning this game. Water bombs are the reason that we can refill our air underwater with a glitch. And also for the thing that I'm gonna do in a sec. So we're gonna go back to Zora's Domain. This is where we're gonna get the permanent bomb bag with the help of these water bombs. So transform behind here. I'm gonna go underwater here. There's a Goron inside of this massive rock, and if you blow it up, he comes out and he's like, "Oh, thanks for saving me," and he gives you a bomb bag. You need a bomb. You need a water bomb to do that, of course. This is where we're going to get our beloved bomb bag that we use throughout the rest of the run. Oh, look, a cool thing. So I did that. That is very similar to the air refill glitch, except I timed it differently so that I would just rocket to the surface of the water. It's called Rocket Link. So basically, you time it earlier for Rocket Link, and if you wait a second before hitting A, you refill your air instead. This is where map glitch is going to come in. What map glitch does is, I do it right here. I tell Minna I'm going to warp, and then she comes out like that. How I did that is, I hit the right button on the D-pad to open up the map, and I hit Z at the same time to call Midna, on the same frame. And, so you begin warping, but then Midna comes out and interrupts the warp. And that actually removes all of the loading zones from the area you're in. So this allows me to skip the Reekfish Scent. I can just go straight through here without getting voided out, which is what the game would normally do to you. But the game can't void me out when there are no loading zones, so that's pretty sick. This trick saves an amazing amount of time. Basically this is the main reason Japanese is slow. It doesn't have that glitch. And for the next area, which is a cave, you have to dig into it. The game will actually crash from map glitch if you try to get into that cave. So to deactivate map glitch, we're going to howl at a howling stone and then leave. We're not going to howl again a second time. You can enjoy the view from here. the game couldn't really care less if you mess around while howling. It's very lenient about howling songs. So you can just kind of mess around during it. So, map glitch is totally gone now, and we can go into this cave normally. I'm gonna do a trick here with the long jump attack. It's going to skip having to get the Snow Peak portal, which I will not need it later, so this is fine. The consequence of this, however, is, well, first off, I spawn here instead of back at that door. The game thinks that I fell down much farther ahead, so I'm actually here now, basically. So it respawned me there instead. However, because I did not get the Snow Peak portal, the fog is still there. And so I'm actually going to be snowboarding with fog in front of me, so I can't see in front of me. Getting airtime is very important during this. Being in the air is faster. So you just want to like jump whenever you can, or do quick spins. I almost got 5. So four's good. So that's the worst part of this, in my opinion, and it's not even bad. I feel like once you get that jump, the worst is over. As long as you do good enough movement here and not like bonk into anything. So you can go like that, and you have made it to Snow Peak Ruins. That's a gold split. I'm happy now. Snow Peak Ruins is a very fun dungeon. It's just broken everywhere, which in my opinion makes it pretty entertaining. First off, I'm going to jump across this. I don't care about the heart piece. I'm going to claw shot through this ceiling, and I'm going to start emptying these bombs out. I'm going to empty these bombs out as well for water bombs later, and I'm going to do a trick here to get a small key very fast. And I'm going to purposefully fall into the void right now to quickly get myself back at the door. And I'm just dropping bombs whenever it doesn't lose time throughout this. So that by the time I'm going to the Lakebed Temple to finish Morpheal right after I get the ball and chain. The only reason we're here is to get the ball and chain. The only reason you need the ball and chain is to defeat Zant. One of the coolest tricks in this dungeon, in my opinion. We're gonna fight Darkhammer. He is the one who wields the ball and chain. Didn't mean to pick up that bomb earlier. That's the fastest way to kill Dark Hammer. You can actually deal damage to him with one of your bombs and finish him off with a jump attack, quick spin combo. Basically, you can do a jump attack and quick spin while you're in the air, and it leads into a very powerful combo, which is used a lot in this run. In fact, I used it 4 minutes into the run on Talos Cage. This orange rupee is going to contribute a ton to getting 300 rupees. Each orange rupee gives you 100 rupees total. And we're going to be getting a second one here, so it'll really bump up our rupee number, and we'll get the rest of them in Arbiter's Grounds using 20 red rupees. And we're going to use Uku to go back to Lake Bed Temple, and this time we're going to finish it. Fun thing. Oh. And you can quickly just go to that waterfall right there and dispose of whatever leftover bombs you have. This is the water bomb chest that we need right now, and we'll be using these for the rest of the game. Cool jump there. And we're going to Morpheal right now. There's a boss key skip, and it's awesome. So, you'll see what that looks like here. It's the only boss key skip possible in this game, due to the way that Morpheal's loading zone works. It's an actual room that you get to using a boss door. So you can just get to that room. That was the setup for boss key skip. And now we are at the Morpheal fight. The whole fight's going to take place underwater. I don't have Zora armor, so I'm going to use some water bomb management to keep my air full. And you'll see how that works. You make a wrong move and you're likely to drown. So it's a good. This is a very, good fight to practice. Because you have to be kind of careful. Definitely. This is the first phase, not much to say here. Sometimes there's bad RNG, and the eye doesn't cooperate, but it worked that time. So if you take off your iron boots and swim with a water bomb during this cutscene, Link is actually, you can't see it right now, but Link's actually rising. He's rising, and by the time the cutscene ends, you are pretty much level with where Morpheal is, and you can quickly latch onto Morpheal's eye and deal the first round of attacks. You want to do 3 cycles. You can't do it in any less than 3 cycles. And so the optimal amount of bombs to use for this is 2. This is the first one. One bomb is possible, but it is actually, impossible to do. It would be a really stupid thing to go for. Everything would have to be perfect. So that was the first attack. This is going to be our second bomb, and if Morpheal cooperates, she will go in front of us. And Morpheal is being good, so, or wait. This is good, okay. There's a re-grab trick. That's the re-grab. I can grab her again right after the second attack, and just finish her off like that. So how the regrab works is normally when you slash Morpheal's eye 4 times with your sword, you don't get off. You keep hanging on to her, and she swings you off by bobbing her head a lot. And when she swings you off, you rise up very high in the water. But you can prevent that, because that would make it so you can't get back down in time to save yourself. You would just drown right away if she managed to do that to you. So you can just force unequip your iron boots. Like, you can take them off right away by unequipping them with your item menu, and you just come off wherever you are, and you don't get bobbed off, which is very, very useful. I'm gonna grab this heart container. You generally just grab it because it helps you in Palace of Twilight, which in my opinion is one of the hardest dungeons to survive in, just because of enemies kind of swarming you. They swarm you a lot. Also, I got another gold split, which is sick. Makes me glad. Despite having failed Sword and Shield Skip once, and Pillar Clip 3 times, I am still on a 305 pace. Which honestly, surprises me. But yeah, I'll take it. So, zooming out here reduces lag from rain. So this has been this desperate hour. You guys can take a minute to just like enjoy this song, because I love this song just as much as you do. I do not currently have a girlfriend. I did once. Also, thanks. Dash cancel once again. Yeah, it makes you go fast through this place. Also, I sometimes accidentally talk to that cat right there, because he's right in a place where you land after dash canceling, and I have talked to him by accident several times. Because as you know, as Wolf Link, you can talk to animals, and all they do is get in my way. So we need this cat named Louise to help us get into, you know, the sewers and the rooftops at the beginning of the game, where it was Twilight. Oh my. This is the most helpful animal that Link can speak to as a wolf. Like, it's like the only one that helps you, as far as I know. Can't think of any others. How's it going, Sober Dwarf? What was that side hop? Sometimes I just make weird movements for some reason. I get forgetful often, and it sometimes wrecks me. Which is why I took an energy shot for this run. I don't know, I think it helps you concentrate, but I'm not sure. So this is one of 5 required posts to beat the game. But as a matter of fact, we're only going to be getting 4 of them. You can skip one of the posts in Arbiter's Grounds. Can we get a gold split? I haven't done anything wrong this segment so far, but I have to be careful in this part because there are some strategies that can go wrong, but not usually. Grab the stick, light it on fire, destroy this web. Alright. Sometimes that web takes a long time to burn, but if you move a certain way, it burns a lot faster. I could have gotten a quick climb there, which I usually do, but I was a little too far left. And you can burn that second web faster as a human. It's way faster than getting a stick. Good thing though, because the second stick never cooperates. Like, it's really hard to burn that web for some reason. You definitely want to kill this archer. He just drowns when he falls. He snipes you down later if you don't kill him. But that's basically like the best and easiest way to kill him. No problem. There are several strats you can do to go faster as you scale this tower. One of them's coming up here. Yeah, you see this guy. You can jump attack towards him. And it just takes us straight up there. And you can do that as well. That is optimized movement right there, man. 10 out of 10. And so I'm going to use a super optimal movement here in order to make an early wind cycle. There's a bridge at the end of this course that goes up and down with the wind. You want it to be up so that you can cross it. And if you're fast enough, you can barely make the earliest possible cycle. And it looks like this. If you are to like bonk into a wall or move zigzag or something, you're likely to not make that. So you have to move correctly. Gold split. What up? So, the Howling Stone that we howled at before Iza spawned this golden wolf. We're gonna need this wolf. We're gonna get the ending blow right now so that we can kill Ganondorf at the end. That's the only reason we need it. It's basically the reason the game shoves this hidden skill in your face at the beginning of the game. Because you need it. You need it to kill Ganondorf. The game doesn't tell you that, though. Also, this cutscene's kind of glitched out, and it spawns you closer to him than you normally would be at the beginning. And so I can just poke him and he attacks me. It's a little bit faster than a jump attack. Now it's normal. But yeah, it's funny because it's a little bit glitched out, and as you saw, Link looked behind him when he transformed right in front of him, so it was like opposite. A little bit early. I do that sometimes. The game is going to respawn me after this in Faron Woods, because that's where you normally end up after this hidden skill, because that's where it's supposed to be at. Doesn't matter though, I can just go to Lake Hylia after that, which is my next objective. We're gonna go to the desert, and we're gonna go beat Arbiter's Grounds in one run. Every single dungeon from here on out is gonna be beat in one run. The game is definitely gonna be more linear from here on out. There are still a ton of cool strats though. But you'll have a better idea of like how linear the route is from here. Early game is just really mashed up and kind of mixed. So we have to get a memo from the guy up on that tower. It takes a second to climb. Transforming here is worth it because you go really fast at Lake Hylia. Nice jump. potentially a 305 pace. If the run goes well. Like, at least decent. It could be a 305. Nice. I wasn't supposed to bonk there. I don't know why I did that. That was kind of bad. You want to transform here because if you step right here as a wolf, Plum will come down and want you to like play a cutscene. He'll play a cutscene and ask you to play a minigame. Oh wait, no, I'm dumb. I was supposed to show this. Nice. I was supposed to show this thing to him, and he takes me to the desert. I don't know why I forgot. So, zooming out here is very important. You can save like 6 seconds just from not lagging. And we're just gonna run across as a wolf. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it should end a bunch sooner than the estimate says. Since we have the ball and chain earlier than we normally would here, you can just knock down this tower. It's very useful. And you can wedge past this fence. Another map glitch here. You'll see why in a second. So I just disabled all of the loading zones again. Really? Alright, sorry about that. I messed it up, and I slid, and I fell, and I am facing the wrong angle. I have to do it again. That's fine. It's dumb though. He hit me. Wow. It's amazing. Sometimes he just does. I can go into this fight much faster if I do that, so that's how that works. And quick spinning is really OP. I sort of wrecked the 305 for now. But that's fine, it's still like way better than estimate. We need to use this boar to get to the dungeon itself. The fire doesn't actually ever do anything. Nice. That was awesome. Okay, so that's how you you need this key to get to the next room, and we'll just get back out. In this room, we're just gonna light a couple of torches to proceed. Post skip is coming up. It's definitely one of the more precise tricks in the run. It takes practice, it's hard. But it saves a bunch of time. Because you don't have to kill the first one. The game basically assumes that you've killed the first Poe when you get the scent. And you're supposed to get the scent from the first one, but you can get it from any of the others. So if you skip the first Poe and you go on to a different one, he will drop the Poe scent, and picking it up will make the game think you already killed the first one. So that effectively skips getting it. So we only need 3 of them. So I'm about to do Poe skip. I'm gonna throw a bomb into the quicksand to attract these enemies, and if it works correctly, they should blow up from it. So they're dead now. That's the best way to kill them. That was post skip. I got it first try. Nice. It's very precise. You have to get the right angle and the right spot on the pillar so that you can manage to grab onto that ledge. You can kill this guy extremely fast with the ball and chain instead of using a bomb. All you have to do is throw it. And we're just going to do a little lantern puzzle here. Very simple. Like this one, and then this one. I can side hop before the cutscene starts to gain some distance. Okay, I'm about to do some RNG manip with this Poe. This is going to be the first Poe I kill. Got to split. Oh man, that probably would have been a gold too. Oh well. My RNG minute didn't work. It's funny. That's unfortunate. Now they're being really slow. But yeah, there's a different situation you can adjust to, depending on which Poe you hit. Like, you can do different movements for the left one than the up one in order to make them start spinning around you quickly, which makes the fight faster. And I'm going to get the scent from this Poe. I have to push this exactly 4 times so that this stays over here when I come back. If it were any less than 4, it would just reset to its normal position and I wouldn't be able to take this shortcut again. So I'm just gonna run past this first Poe again. We're never gonna kill it. I'm bad. I am also really bad. Wow, okay. That was really, really terrible. You're supposed to just like fall down there, but I didn't walk quite right. Push this. There's a re-dead in this room, and you can kill him pretty quickly by just going like this. Using the ball and chain. Pretty fun. He's dead already. 2 swings is all it takes. We need one more Poe after this, which is what would normally be the third one. I don't know, I'm messing up so much movement. You need to kill that rat so it doesn't attack you while you do that, while you push this. It will always attack you while you push that. So we're back here now. We're gonna take this shortcut. If I hadn't pushed the block 4 times, it would have been blocking my way again. We're gonna use this small key to enter a locked room backwards, actually. I'm gonna grab a 20 rupee from this guy. And then we will have a full 300 rupee count. These guys are messing me up. Could have been worse. So we have all the pose we need now. You're gonna see when I go back into the main room, the door's gonna open even though the first Poe is still sitting there. We're going to head to the mini-boss of this dungeon now to get the spinner. We need the spinner. And we're gonna get the boss key early. With a very, very simple method. All you have to do is go like that and you can just get the boss key. Very overlooked. You can just use B to jump across sand as Wolf. Which honestly is not really intended. Even though it's as simple as that. And you can just use it to simply get the boss key that way. We're gonna use water bombs, and you can use water bombs, or just any bomb, to kill these guys really quickly by just setting them up that way. They're all dead, and I am at the door when it opens, so that's pretty optimal. Jump attacking at the end of those jumps makes it so you don't have to climb up. It's much, much faster. This is Death Sword, the mini-boss. There's a pretty cool strategy to beating him. Okay, before I transform, I need to equip the ball and chain. I forgot to do that. Alright, we're good. So now he is materialized, and we can just like hit him. And you're gonna see what I do in a second. It's pretty funny. Like I said, you're not supposed to have the ball and chain here yet. He's dead. I don't know why I'm forgetting to split so much. It's annoying me. But yeah, I'm doing a save and quit here to get back to the beginning of the dungeon. Not to leave it, but just to get where I need to go faster. Stalord, which is the boss, he has many cool strats. Particularly in his second phase. So we're just gonna spin to win real quick. Oh, was I being hard on myself? I didn't think I was. What was it that I said? I don't remember. Oh, I was just upset that I forgot to split, which is funny. It's not even like a bad thing. I'm just thinking maybe I could be getting gold splits, but I'm forgetting to split, which is my fault. The game made it so that the spinner moves like 10 times faster in this room, like only. So this will be our main method of travel for this boss. There's a lot of luck. Depending on where the knights spawn, they can mess you up when it comes to reaching his spine. But as far as I know, I got really good luck this fight. It worked out great. And this second phase coming up, it's actually really neat. There's a cool trick you can do that saves a ton of time. What you normally do in a playthrough is he knocks you down when this pillar rises, and you're supposed to get on a track. It goes in a circle around the pillar, as you can see, and you're supposed to go. You're supposed to ride it up for a while before you catch up to Star-Lord's head, and then he'll start shooting you a bit, and you have to avoid the shots, and then eventually you can hit him and knock him down. This trick allows you to just knock him down right as you get on the track. It saves a very good amount of time. And I have a setup for it. It's precise. It's very precise when it comes to timing, but I have a setup. How did it not work? I need to stop speaking so soon because everything's been wrecking me. I just lost a bunch of time. You can see how much he'd be dead right now if I got him. Just to give you an idea how fast that trick is. The glorious one cycle. You can just knock him out right away. I feel like that could have been a gold split had I not missed that, but it is all good. It's fine. I'm going after that. Once I get here, I forgot to split almost. It's really slow again. I'm currently on a 307 pace, just for organizers' information. This is the warp portal that spawns 5 monsters. There's a strategy for killing all of them fast. Yeah, Jonathan. What the? This game is being weird right now. I fixed it. That worked. I'm gonna explain something real quick. The game is normally not supposed to let you warp here. You're supposed to go up to that statue and use the spinner to raise the Twilight mirror out of the ground. But since the game is so well programmed, you can zoom in on the map and activate the portals that way. And Minda won't even stop you. It doesn't matter for later. If you complete all of the necessary requirements, you don't even need that mirror raised. You'll just keep proceeding with the game. So watch this cool thing. Not intended, of course. I am now going to City in the Sky. Screw the Temple of Time, we're skipping an entire dungeon. I'm gonna transform into a human here again so I can avoid that plum cutscene. He's a bird. that comes down and asks you to play a minigame if I didn't tell you earlier. I don't think I mentioned that he was a bird. It's very important to know that he's a bird. Basically, the most important thing in this game. Not really. It's just a heart container. You do it in Hundo. If anyone knows Uku, you probably think that it's a freak. And yeah, it is. It's a little man chicken. Uku has already served her purpose in this run, getting us between in and out of light bed. So, there's the boss of this dungeon. We're gonna kill it later. Once we're at the end of this place. But first we need to get the second claw shot. You get a second claw shot in this dungeon. And it basically makes you Spider-Man. You can claw shot from walls. Which is cool. This dungeon also has really cool use of long jump attacks. We also call them LJAs for short. Yeah, they're long jump attacks with the boomerang, and this is the first one. You can just go like this. Normally, you're supposed to grab one of the Ukus and glide with them down. That was supposed to bonk him. Whatever. I'm about to do a thing. Alright, I just did a thing. I skipped a trigger by transforming into a wolf before I hit the trigger to access that door. Because when you transform into a wolf against that door, it kind of pushes you back. And you can still open the door, but you're pushed back enough to skip a trigger that activates that fan. And with that fan turned off, getting the boss key will actually be much faster. Just before that bridge finishes, you can roll away, get some distance. Nice aiming. As a matter of fact, I am, if you're alright with it. I mean, it is up to you. But I do have something funny up my sleeves if there is time. Which I'm sure there will be time. Isn't the estimate like 325? I would have to die like 15 times to get that time. Oh, sweet, dude. I'm sure everyone's gonna enjoy it. Trust me, you guys are gonna enjoy it. It's gonna be freaking great. So I need that key, because I'm going to unlock a door. Hence the reason I got the key. Pretty cool, huh? That's what keys do, they unlock doors. Alright, 320, still. Still good. I just skipped a cutscene. I did that movement to skip a cutscene where the dragon comes down, he breaks the bridge, and you can't go back there for a while. Like, it also saves some backtracking because next time I save and quit after getting the double claw shots, I will end up next to the chest where I got the small key. And that saves backtracking time. Because I won't be at the beginning of the dungeon, I'll be there instead, closer to where I need to be. Hey, what's up, Zorlax? You need to kill that plant so that he doesn't attack you while you're doing this. Had to have my mic muted for a second, sorry about that. There are a bunch of cool long jump attacks coming up here. I'm gonna equip it. Hitting that door like that makes the boomerang come back at you faster, so it goes over the void sooner and makes it easier to get the attack. Or should I say faster? Not necessarily easier, just like faster, which is good. Same thing here. Nice. There's one frame where you can jump attack and gain some distance before a cutscene starts. 10 out of 10. You can just quick spin those guys and they both fall off the edge and just die. Fastest way to get rid of them. Why was I teabagging the ground? Reasons. There's a skip coming up. Oh wait, one. Okay, there's a skip coming up for the mini-boss. You can skip the mini-boss completely by aiming at a very, very, very specific, you know, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Very specific point at a claw shot target. It's actually pixel perfect, like you have to do it perfectly. Also, this is a cool skip you can do. That saves some time over activating a switch. Come here, you can't grab it. I don't know if the game meant for you to do that, but it works. So I'm about to enter the mini-boss fight. I don't know if I'm gonna get this first try, I hope I do. Because you have to aim at the right pixel for this to work. Nice. That's frame perfect timing, but it's so fun when you get it. It saves like a second, also. Alright, here we go. See how many tries this takes me. Missed. Yeah, I get too nervous during this skip. I don't like it at all. I hate it. Got it. So I'm gonna be trapped in here after I get the double claw shots, but that's where the save and quit comes in. So I'm going to respawn next to the small key chest I got at first. Also, that was a funny face Link just made. If you saw it. You looked like right at the camera for it too, that was great. Nice. We don't need to do that cutscene skip again. The trigger there it's gone now. It disappears once you get the claw shots. But it is still faster to go up here and go this way rather than taking the door, because where the door is, you have to jump across a massive gap. When you could just go across like this. Now, since that fan isn't going, since I skipped the trigger that activates it with that door, I can just claw shut up here right away. You shouldn't normally be able to do this, but I can do it right now, and this is how you get the boss key really fast. Claw shut up here. This is not intended either. This is the boss key room. And now we can just go to the boss. The general, like, order that you do things in a dungeon is item, boss, key, boss. It's, like, generally... what? No, don't do that. It's supposed to go like that. Yeah, do it from the middle and then I won't grab on. So, I didn't need to turn the fan on. The fan on, when you turn the fan on, those things start spinning, and that's how you're normally supposed to get across this room. But you can just go like this. Not intended either. But Link does that, and you can just keep claw-shotting across. Slow aiming. Once I'm here, I can get up like this, use my boomerang. And do this. This is the final room before the boss, and we're just going to be going up with the claw shots. If you go underneath it like that, you can save a cycle. Spinning cycle. I could have made a second one there too, but I missed it. Because I am a slow person. So that was the final one. We're just going to claw shot to the boss door now once it rotates enough, and we are at the boss. The boss, which is called Argarok, has many strategies. It has a strategy for Phase 1, and several of the same strategy for Phase 2. Phase 2 basically has 3 rounds, and you do a strategy for each one. That skips an extra claw shot target. If you aim like that. In fact, that's how I did it first casually. Which is funny. I'm gonna claw shot up here, wait a minute for the dragon to come back. I'm setting up a fast second cycle. After you claw shot this dragon for the first time, normally he'll get up, fly away, and you have to claw shot all the way to the top and wait for him there to claw shot him again. But you can skip that just by being really fast and aiming quickly to get back onto his tail. Like this. If you do that quickly enough, he won't fly away. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to jump off the edge. What this does is it makes it so Argarok is already waiting for me at the top of these pillars rather than flying around first. It saves a bunch of time. Like a few seconds. And what I just did there was called Flame Skip. Something you can do is put on your iron boots while you're on one of those P-hats, and when he's shooting fire at you, or going around to shoot fire at you, you can sink down on it with your iron boots, and the game will actually think that you've fallen down, causing Argarok to stop trying to shoot fire at you. And when you do that, you can just go around and claw shot him on his back, and he doesn't even see you. I'm doing it again right now. He doesn't even know I exist. He thinks I've fallen. You do it a slightly different way for the third cycle. Because for the third cycle, normally he catches you, and he turns around to shoot fire at you again. But you can get around that by doing this. I'm going to claw shot up the same way. And this time, I'm going to claw shot to the fourth P-hat to my left. And once the fire almost gets to me, I'm going to put on my iron boots to sink below it. And then when he starts shooting fire behind himself again, I take the iron boots off, he stops, and I can just claw shot him on the back. That's the fastest way to do the third cycle. He's dead. Done. Is this gold? Oh yeah, this is totally gold. Nice. I forgot to split, like, Vessel and post-skip and arbiters for some reason. I mean, spinner. Funny. Some of those splits I never forget, which is funny. Except for post-skip. That's one of my newer splits, and it's easier for me to forget that one. Unless I'm consciously thinking to remember it. At least I think this is gold. Yeah, it is. It's gold by how many seconds? It's gold by like a couple seconds. Dude, I lied. It missed gold by a couple seconds, but it's close enough. It's all good. So I'm gonna spawn in front of the cannon that took me here, and I'm just gonna use it to leave. Nice aiming. But that's the movement I do too. It's pretty cool. So if you're wearing the iron boots when you leave, instead of falling into the water, you can jump slash there and land on this bridge, making it faster for you to warp. That way you don't have to land in the water and then swim like all the way back up here. Saves a lot of time. So, as you can see, this mirror is still not raised, the statue is still there, but since I completed sitting in the sky, the mirror is just raised now. The cutscene starts and I can go into the Palace of Twilight. This dungeon is crazy, dude. So, what we need to do here for the beginning of the dungeon is collect 2 souls, which are spheres made of light, and gather them and take them here. We're gonna grab the first one from this left side of the dungeon. So you basically have to go, defeat a mini-boss, grab the soul, and then backtrack and bring it back to the main room. And then do the same thing for the second one. And then you can proceed to go towards where the boss is, which is Zant. So there are 2 rooms before the mini-boss room on each wing. So the mini-boss is, which is Phantom Zant, you fight him twice. He's right after this chest. There's a cool strategy to Phantom Zant. Normally, you have to go around and like hope that he spawns near you so that you can hit him, because he always teleports away when you get near him, unless he's spawning enemies. So we can manipulate him to always try to spawn enemies so that you can hit him wherever he goes. And you can 3-cycle him pretty quickly if you just attack him with a certain pattern, which is stab, quick spin, and then 3 quick spins on the 3rd cycle, the 3rd one. So that's how you do that both times, both fights. Also, listening to your speakers for which direction he goes is very useful. Or headset or whatever. That was a really good fight. So that just prevents all bad RNG from happening, and you can kill him really fast. If he spawns enemies, like if you can't catch up to him before he spawns the enemies, he will spawn them, and it gets really annoying after that. Because you have to like kill all the enemies before he starts trying to spawn them again. It's the most annoying if they're Baba plants, because you have to hit them all twice. You can do a cool slide while claw-shotting something towards you. It looks cooler if you're going left and right compared to up and down. And you will see some of those. They're pretty fun. And they save a little bit of time. So a lot of people can mutually agree on the fact that that hand is a kind of a scary part of everyone's childhood, really. Like everyone, including myself, during casual playthrough, kind of got creeped out by that hand, really. But in this run, it is actually the least of anyone's concern. It's basically not there. That's a cool L slide you can do. The hand is actually ridiculously slow. For it to catch up to the soul and grab it, you would have to mess up like a lot. And even then, you can just hit the hand or the soul with the claw shot and knock it out. Hey, what's up, Silver? You're not late. You're just in time for a Palace of Twilight, the best dungeon in this game. Nice slow jump. It was cool. That was a really bad jump. I kind of messed that up. I'll just do it the safe way. Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss that. It's actually one of the easier LJAs because it's such a big gap to work with. Yeah, that's how I just normally do it. You can potentially do it faster if you're on the platform, but you have to time it right. And I don't think I was angled correctly. So this is the east wing of the dungeon. We're going to grab the final soul. And what that'll do is give us the upgrade to the Master Sword. It'll infuse the Master Sword with light and basically one-shot everything. But only while you're in this dungeon. The light's only there in this dungeon. Which is kind of a bummer. It would be cool if you could do it on Ganondorf. Or just any enemy in Hyrule Castle, really. Nice RNG. It's random where that head will spawn, but if he spawns like close to you when you cross this gap, it's really nice. I'm gonna let this fog transform myself for me faster than beckoning Midna to transform me. You can actually use that. Kill this guy, and then 3 more will spawn over here. Kill them, and then oh, I missed it. If you transform before the final head explodes, you can. The game gives you a little bit of time to claw shot up here before that chest spawns. But if you transform after it blows up, then the chest will just spawn right after you transform. So I kind of lost the opportunity to buy some time there. There's an LJA you can do here. You can claw shot too, but LJing is just like safer and easier to position because you can just roll straight down for this one. One shot Ganon, yeah, that would make it too easy. You basically can though. At the end of the fight, you can 3-shot him. Because Link is OP. The most OP move in this game is by far quick spinning. Like, it's so OP. The game should nerf it. He was always so close. Yeah, both of those fights were good. It's easy to have good fights when you just, like, know how to find them quickly. The current pace of this run is about like a 307 right now. .307's not really. It's not even bad. Like for the mistakes I've made, I'm happy with the 307. I failed Pillar Clip 3 times and Sword and Shield Skip once. And I'm still on a 307 pace, like how? Pillar Clip is a trick that I'm kind of experimenting with a lot right now, and so I'm kind of mixing up a lot of setups. And that's probably what screwed me up, is I just tried to like do several different things at once and it messed up my execution. We're almost done with gathering both of the souls. This is the last room. All you have to do is not fall. 320.01. That'd be really freaking funny. Also, Silver, you should like stick around for, if you can, for the end of this run. I'm going to show off something that I think you guys are really going to enjoy. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. Some of you might have seen it. I'm sure at least one of you has. And I don't know if you already know what I'm talking about, but it's gonna be great. If you do, don't spoil it for anyone. It's really fantastic. I can drop the soul there and just keep rolling, because in order to get to the platform faster, and I can just claw shot it back to myself once I'm on the platform. Because I can't make the platform go any faster. There's the upgrade. Okay. Not a gold split. Interesting. I don't know. I don't really know how I lost time there. Because, like, I did a... Where did I mess up? Is there somewhere I messed up? There probably was. I just can't. Oh yeah, the LJA. I'm stupid. I fell. Had I not done that, I would have golded. I will practice that later. So in order to clear that fog right there, there's basically an invisible wall where that is. And the only way to get rid of it is to do a quick spin or any spin attack with the light sword that I just got. There's no other way to skip it. Is Cookie still doing that? For sure he is. I mean, I imagine he is, unless something really went wrong. I fell. Basically every piece in this dungeon drops hearts. So you can definitely use that to keep yourself from any danger, really. Nice save. Alright, that should have worked, I think. I think it did. It might not have. Nah, it didn't. You can keep these on if you get off the platform quickly enough after activating the orbs. Like, you generally do it by jump attacking off of it after you quick spin them. But the freaking Baba always gets in my way. I guess I'll practice that too. Man, they're still doing it. Nice. The Madmen. This is outside. First off, I'm going to get the boss key, which is in this room, and I can claw shot this early by looking at a very specific part of that wall where the target is, and you can actually go through the fog with it. Not intended. It's faster than clearing up the fog and then going underneath. It skips having to target somewhere. Since I've taken so much damage, since there's an intentional void out coming up, I'm going to have to grab a heart first, because every single time you fall into a void, you lose one heart, exactly. And obviously at this point that would kill me, so I need to grab a heart. There's a guaranteed heart drop in that big pot over there. So I'm going to kill this Phantom Zant, this Zant head. I'm going to kill the Zant head. And then I'm going to jump off the edge of this platform so that I can get back to where the entrance is and defeat the rest of the Zant heads who spawn. Oh, gotcha, Silver. Your sanity is not something you want to lose. So we got this key, and if you guessed, we're going to use this key to unlock a door. So that's cool. Now we're in another room. In this room, there's a strategy called early platform. There's a platform moving back and forth at the top of this room, and you want to get to it. There's a way to get to it fast enough so you don't have to wait for it to come back to you. It's an early cycle. That definitely didn't help, but I can still get it probably. We'll see. We're doing fine. We should be good. It was kind of late on claw-shotting that. Oh, I missed it because I can't aim. Dang it, dude. Now I have to wait for it to come back. Early platform makes it so you don't have to wait. It's very slow if you miss it. Yeah, had I aimed properly, I probably could have gotten on it with a jump attack. Which is usually the safe way to go. Wow, what? Did that happen? Don't worry, there's a platform here that takes you back up. Yay. I did not... I was supposed to go into C up, but he didn't, and then he just kept running. So that's fun. So, there's an LJA you do up here to get to the next door quicker. Faster. And you just target right there. I'm going to release it now. So that's fast. So I'm just gonna go back and forth and kill these guys that keep dropping. You can kill them before they even hit the ground. Hey, Deathline and Zoroark. So for this first phase, I'm going to just shoot the boomerang there, and it hits him right when he appears. I can target him for the second one. Thanks for the good luck, Deathline. If I start the combo a little bit earlier, I can hit him with the last hit right when he lands, if you time it right. There's a one cycle you can do here. It's precise when it comes to timing, but I'll try to do it. So that worked. That was the one cycle. So I'm gonna once again be using water bombs to keep myself alive here. It's way easier than Morpheal, I can tell you that. Oh wait, yeah, okay. Bad equipping. So I'm going to be swimming towards these two heads here. Zant's going to be in one of these two, so he's in the left one. So I can just go over here and finish him off. You only need 2 water bombs for this phase to survive. This is a really fast strat here. I take the iron boots off by equipping the ball and chain over them, and roll into this pillar when he lands on it. And I'm gonna use the ball and chain. And that is the fastest way to do that phase. Here, you're just gonna want to chase him. He's gonna turn giant, he'll come down, try to stomp on you, he'll miss, and then I'm gonna hit his foot with the ball and chain. And I'm going to just combo him once he gets small enough. And you just do that 2 times. This is the last phase of the Zant fight. Oh, nice. Zant's dead now. That heart is utterly useless, you really don't need it at this point. Unless you're doing hundo. Almost forgot to split. We are now going to head to the final dungeon in the game, which is Hyrule Castle. Yes, sir, Silver, I will. Currently on a 307 pace, 308 with bad luck or execution. I'm gonna skip the mailman again. Forgive me for this. So this is a cutscene. It takes a second. You can just kind of do whatever during it. So basically, when I killed Zant, Midna got the few shadows back that she needs to destroy this barrier that's keeping us out of Hyrule Castle. And this cutscene just shows her doing that. Yeah, the barrier was formed after Midna's Desperate Hour. I skipped the cutscene that shows it happening, but basically Ganondorf seals a barrier over the entire castle. You can't get through it. Speedrunners have tried. It's impossible. It's really freaking strong. The only thing that can get rid of it is Midna after defeating Palace of Twilight. So that's the end of that cutscene. Oh yeah, you're talking about Wind Waker. Yeah, they kind of it's kind of a similar concept, except Wind Waker can actually be skipped. Early Hyrule Castle is a myth. As far as we know, it's not possible. I'm using a bomb here to kill all these guys at once. Very fast. And in this room, there's another barrier, but you can easily skip it by just skipping the cutscene really quickly and being over here. And then the barrier takes a second to appear, and in that time you can get out of the way and just skip it. These are the enemies that will normally appear and fight you when you're in the barrier, but you can just run past them and they don't care. We're about to fight King Boblin 4. Or King Boblin, yeah. There's a strategy for fighting really quickly, just like everything else. Oh wait, I'm dumb. I'm executing my quick spins really badly right now. That was bad. I kind of forgot what I was doing. I was quick spinning the wrong way for some reason. Quick spinning counterclockwise actually hits him more in one spin than clockwise does. The barrier in this game works much differently than the one in Wind Waker. We're inside the castle now. We needed to... King Boblin is the fastest way to get a key for the store. You can skip this barrier as well by going like this, skipping the cutscene. And you don't have to be inside of it. Alright, so there's a Dark Nut fight right here. The only Dark Nut we're gonna fight in the game. The fight's pretty cool. Last time we're using the lantern in this run. What? I don't know why that didn't work. It's dumb. If I stand in the middle of the doors, it would probably work more often. He could have killed me there, actually. I'm much lower on health at this point than I should be. But Ganondorf, his room has tons of health. Just kidding, there's a heart right here. He often drops a heart. Sometimes he drops 3 hearts. Before we get this boss key, we have to watch a cutscene involving NPCs that we haven't really seen in this run at all because we skipped them all, except for one. Nice bonk. You can go fast in this room. Like, normally you're supposed to transform into a wolf and look at ghost soldiers pointing the way across this, or you can just do this. Actually, the dumbest thing ever. You can just go diagonally and just jump across all of them. Super overlooked, I guess. I got the double kill. Nice. It's really good when that happens. This is the final Dark Nut skip. Also extremely overlooked. Nice. Maybe I should equip the ball and chain when I am in this room instead. It's actually harder to do it there. Alright, so this is the beginning of the final fight in the game. Zelda involves luck. She has, she works with cycles. She does an attack for every cycle, and you want her to do the electric ball attack. The minimum, if you're lucky, the minimum amount of cycles that she can do is 7. So that's the fastest. And this is probably going to be like a 9 or a 10 at this rate because you want her to start with an electric ball. And she didn't do that for either of the first two, so that's actually really slow. Here's the first one. And it's impossible for her to do 2 electric balls in a row. Which is annoying. I am looking down to reduce lag here. And quick spinning underneath her as she shoots it skips tennis. You're normally supposed to like hit it at her and then have her hit it back at you. But if you just have it hit her right from underneath her, she obviously can't react. So she just like gets hit by it. It's really fast. I wasn't counting how many cycles that was, but it wasn't 7. It was probably like a 9. Alright, Beast Ganon is the next phase. And there's a strategy you can go to this corner. This makes the second cycle faster. Yeah. Yes, NES. It's in a couple minutes. Yeah, I'm on a 307 pace. Actually, just kidding, I had a bad Zelda. This will be a 308, I think. I missed. Yeah, definitely 308. Actually, in my PB, I missed an arrow on horseback, so if I don't do that this time, it would be, like, better. Or, no, it would be even, I mean. So, yeah, 308. So basically, I'm going to... I have Zelda behind me on this horse, and she's going to try to shoot Ganondorf with light arrows, and where she shoots depends on where your control stick is aimed. And so it actually takes some precision sometimes. Especially if he turns weird. It makes it hard. But you just want to quick spin him when he's shocked 3 times. I couldn't do anything about that. He was turning so sharp I couldn't even... Zelda can't do it that quickly. Alright, so the final phase of the fight is coming up. And I'm just going to, 3 times, use the jump attack quick spin combo. Every time you do that on him and it hits, it just knocks him over instantly. You're normally supposed to hit him a lot before he falls over, but doing one of this combo is enough to knock him over right away. It's really OP. Time. That is the end of the game. 3:08:25 according to my timer. So that's cool. The reason I equipped the iron boots was to show you, if you have the iron boots on when you finish this fight, it just does a little funny thing to this upcoming cutscene. And then after that, I'll show you the funny thing. I've got a save for it, so I'll just grab it. Oh yeah, Silver, I get it. Because Ganondorf says that a lot. What is my summon best? I want to see it. 259.16. Woohoo, dude. Almost a 258. Sub 3 is my ultimate goal. And I want to achieve it before, like, around the end of the year. And my PB is a 3:03:07. Very close to a 3:02. So the Iron Boots thing is coming up really shortly here. I don't know, it's just funny how he like runs in them and it makes a clunking sound every single freaking time. During such a dramatic scene. Alright, so you saw that? I am going to... Don't panic. The blue screen is normal. This will all be worth it. I'm just going to use this to launch the game really quickly. So I basically just switched out my saves, and I'm going to go into the second one, which is really close to the thing I want to show. Thanks, Bevan. Glad to have you there for it. Oh, you'll see what this is. Don't worry, I didn't do... it's mostly for practice purposes. I don't by any means like hack my runs at all. That's banned. That's just for like practice saves and whatever. So I'll just give me a minute to get to the point where you find Zelda. So that'll be in about a minute. What are with these saves equips? What the heck? I'm hacking. I'm using my amiibo to yeah, this is for entertainment purposes. Purely for entertainment. I'm just getting to that point right now. Yeah, it's a really good song. Another early win cycle to get there. I'm almost there, nobody leave. It's gonna be great. Clean win cycle. You guys ready? It's coming up in a few seconds here. Are you freaking ready for this? It's so great. Alright, here we go. The Master Sword is inside of me. It's impaling Link right now. It's just so funny. That's one of the best parts in my opinion. Look at his legs. His friggin' legs.
My little
So there you go, that is the best cutscene in the game. In case you didn't tell, the game is trying to render Link as a wolf because you're not supposed to be able to be human there. And it just really screws him up. And also, that's the part where the barrier appears, so... yeah. See, this cutscene is skippable. Spooky. So that's it. That's all of it. That's all of Twilight Princess. And that's the whole cutscene. All right, thank you for watching this run. It's been a blast. Yeah, I think that's it.